coming down. 3 countries now investigating Novak Djokovic, and Aussie's back for the 5th Ashes test. It's Thursday, January 13. Hi there, it's Amy Drew with your news briefing. Australia is now approaching 150,000 daily COVID cases, with 147,000 already recorded today. Most of those have come from Victoria and New South Wales, collectively adding 129,000. Although the New South Wales total does include positive rats from the past month, the country has also lost more than 50 lives in the past 24 hours. Queensland is removing the border barricades earlier than expected, ditching entry passes from 1 a.m. Saturday. In another plus for incoming travellers, the negative rapid antigen test requirement is being scrapped.
Now is the time for the barricades to come down as we head towards hitting that 90% next week.
Premier Anastasia Palaszczuk there. Victoria has extended its close contact isolation exemption list amid staff shortages in several sectors. Premier Dan Andrews announcing that will include education, emergency services, transport and freight workers.
They will be exempt if they're playing a critical role. They will be exempt from having to do home ISO. They will need to take a rat test for 5 days. And if that is negative, then they can proceed to do that critical work that we need them to do.
State and territory leaders are currently in a national cabinet meeting with staff shortages and school returns on the agenda. They'll also be looking at whether to add more essential workers to that COVID ISO exemption list nationally. Federal opposition's also continuing to put the pressure on the Prime Minister to make at-home tests free.
This government, when they announced some testing for free for concession card holders, then went out afterwards and told pharmacists that they were on their own accessing the tests to be made available for concession card holders.
And Novak Djokovic is still waiting to see whether he'll get to play in the Australian Open. The Immigration Minister could still cancel the tennis star's visa, with a final decision expected before the end of the day. There are also reports the world number 1 is being investigated by Spanish authorities to check he didn't enter the country illegally last month. That's as Serbia continues their probe into whether he dodged his isolation period after testing positive.
The Snooze Super Summer Sale is now on. Save up to 50% on mattresses and up to 40% on bed frames. Exclusions, T's and C's apply.
Checking sport now, Aussie skipper Pat Cummins insists the future is still bright for Marcus Harris, despite the opener being dropped in favour of Queenslander Usman Khawaja for tomorrow's final Ashes test.
This is probably more a case of someone demanding a spot as opposed to, Marcus losing a spot due to form.
Travis Head will replace Khawaja further down the order after the South Australian recovered from COVID. The exact makeup of the starting 11 is still being confirmed, with Scott Boland needing to pass a fitness test to take his place in Hobart. He did fail to bowl during training yesterday, but is giving it a crack, the Savo. Australian Open organisers have cancelled announcing the draw schedule for the tournament until further notice. It comes amid the uncertainty over Novak Djokovic's deportation status. And Hobart and Sydney Thunder are facing off in the first match of today's Big Bash doubleheader, while the Stars and Renegades meet this evening in a Melbourne derby. Nathan Coulter returning from a hamstring injury with the
with a slim chance of a shower later on, getting down to 24 tonight. Mostly sunny tomorrow, a top of 33, partly cloudy by Saturday. And the Listener app's the new home of your local news. Join up to listen live or on demand.